Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really?
The witness, who reportedly hasn't filed any suits against Combs and is not claiming to be a victim of him, says he has information and evidence about sexual abuse and other misconduct by Combs, some of which allegedly involve celebrities.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
Diddy's son, King, has just blown the lid clean off with some shocking revelations everyone needs to know.
Some people don't even really know about certain things. Figure they problems out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You don't like to see it, though?
Yeah, nah, we don't really like to see that, but...
He's hinting that they didn't just distance themselves from Diddy. They flat out abandoned him when things got messy. And wouldn't you know it, there may just be a reason for this.
Why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time. Like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and fucking took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
According to King, Diddy's been thrown under the bus, and Jay-Z and Beyonce were quick to vanish when things got hot for him. Now, he claims Jay-Z and Beyonce might have done worse than Diddy, yet no one's talking about it. Could he be gearing up to expose their secrets? If true, it could shake up the industry in a big way, because we know they're holding a lot of shady stuff in their closet.
For enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book, Bling, and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list.
The accusations King's dropping aren't just idle gossip. They're serious claims that Jay-Z and Beyonce are staying quiet while Diddy faces the fallout. He's suggesting they're protecting themselves, keeping their hands clean while letting Diddy take the hit.
Your thoughts on Jaguar Wright being mentioned all over national news?
Well, things that she's saying, you know, the thing about her is, like, sometimes there's a lot of truth to what she's saying based on my personal experience. I'm not going to say she's completely accurate all the time, but some of the things she said were things that I was actually thinking, but I was like, I could never say that because people would say I'm hating. But I know for a fact that, you know, the thing she said, like the thing they all have in common is, you know, R. Kelly and Puff and the Weinstein and Epstein. I know that my personal experience with the Weinstein, that I walked away. I don't want to be a part of that, so I'm not working with you.
And King's not holding back. He's saying Jay and Bey's hands might be dirtier than anyone ever thought. Remember when 50 Cent predicted something like this? He's pointed out before that Jay-Z's career took off when he got with Beyonce. Since then, Jay's been receiving major recognition. But now, with Diddy in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, where are his so-called friends? Diddy and Jay-Z have had each other's backs for years, but King's saying Jay and Beyonce went radio silent the second Diddy got into trouble. Could they be waiting for the right moment to distance themselves? Because they most certainly have a very shady past.
When it came down to R. Kelly, there was a conversation had about the moralness, like it's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know, my girl, or with anybody for that matter. So I do know that that conversation was had, and I was really surprised that he moved forward with that relationship. I don't know Epstein, so I never had the chance to walk away from him. But I do know that when that project did come out, I didn't want any part of that project. I didn't want any of the money to go to Rockefeller or me when it came to Rockefeller. It was around the time that Jay was trying to kind of separate himself from us. And he was saying that he didn't want to be a part anymore. But, you know, I just think that, I think homie has to answer some questions right now.
King's suggesting exactly that. Diddy's being sacrificed to protect those higher up the food chain. Jay-Z and Beyonce have carefully crafted their public personas. They're seen as untouchable, above the drama. But what if that's all a facade? Some are speculating that Jay-Z might have used Diddy's downfall to shield himself, diverting attention away from his own shady dealings. These are people who've built empires. And as King hints, you don't get to the top without getting your hands a little dirty. Could Diddy, with all his controversies, have become the perfect distraction? Here's where things get even wilder. King might know exactly what skeletons Jay and Beyonce are hiding. And better than King, Dame Dash knew Jay-Z when he was coming up, and even he's skeptical of what Jay's intentions really were.
I mean, I'm human. And when I look at things, like again, a lot of things are weird right now. So I'm reflecting a lot. So I'm thinking, I'm like, well, homie might, he was salty a little bit because he was trying to get at Aaliyah and I was trying to get at her. It's hard to, I don't want to believe that, but it does make me think it through, So again, in this moment, just because there's so much gray area on a legal level, not what I'm suspecting, but this shit is now real. Or if it isn't real, people are gonna have to prove that it's not real. And it's a moment where I'm curious. But if any of that is true, I have to talk to a therapist because I don't know what I don't even know. I don't even want to go down that kind of a rabbit hole. It's just too crazy to think that me as a regular dude was in something that was just, so dark, evil, and so strong, and Paul's powerful, that shit like this could even be almost a reality.
There's talk of secret business partnerships, offshore accounts, and hush-hush deals with powerful figures. Rumors are swirling about shady contracts and artists being blackballed or controlled. If King spills the tea, the headlines could explode. Jay-Z and Beyonce might have to answer for things they thought were buried a long time ago.
But who I really want to talk to is Blue Cantrell. Jay-Z worked very hard to erase you and me, just like he did Elle, just like he did his relationship with R. Kelly, just like he did his relationship with Aaliyah. She was definitely blackballed, but she was blackballed for a reason. You made a choice to work with someone and you probably didn't realize how nefarious he was when you got involved with him. I didn't. Blue, it's time to talk. It's time for you to sing again. Because I know you still got the chops. You got the gift. Just like me. People need to know why you left. People need to know. Your fans deserve to know the truth about what sidelined you.
The Blue Cantrell stuff is actually pretty dark.
What I think about is Jay-Z and Blue Cantrell, and Diddy was obviously in this photo as well, but he is cut out, but he's right there next to Kim Porter. Now, it was rumored that Jay-Z and Blue Cantrell had an affair going on while he was dating Beyonce. Blue Cantrell actually did an interview with Wendy Williams where she talked about sleeping with Jay-Z, and then shortly after that interview released, Blue Cantrell was hospitalized after ranting that she was poisoned on the streets. Blue Cantrell went running through the streets ranting about people trying to unalive her until police took her into custody for a physical evaluation. Blue Cantrell was running around the streets screaming that somebody was trying to unalive her by giving her poisonous gas.
Jay-Z. Oh my God! I heard he's hung with a horse, Blue. Oh my God! Beyonce. She really have him locked down. I think so. I think they're in love. I think they're in love. It's politics speaking. No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him, though. I'll tell you that much. I still have a crush on him. No, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it. What? Really. I really like him, though. And I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him, though. If he came in right now and we were all not here. What? I'm just saying. You're in New York. Yeah, okay. And what if you ran into him and everything was right and right and right and right, would you make that play? I wouldn't turn it down.
In fact, Wendy Williams theorized that Jay dumped Blue because she wasn't as easy to groom as Beyonce was.
I said on the radio that I didn't think it would last, though.
What, me and him?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're above 25.
Why, he needs somebody younger than that?
At the end of the day, yup.
Why did you say that?
Because I think at the end of the day, a younger, less savvy to the ways of the world broad.
Somebody a little bit more naive.
You said it, not me.
So why wouldn't King expose them? He's grown up in those circles. He's seen the things that don't make it into interviews or documentaries. We've all seen them linked up with Diddy at various events, business deals, private parties, mysterious closed-door meetings. But now, with Diddy facing some brutal charges, the question is, were they involved too? King's hinting that bigger names could emerge from this mess. Diddy will talk, and that's why Jay-Z is keeping his distance. Could this be the beginning of the end for music's power couple? Are Jay-Z and Beyonce about to face the same kind of harsh allegations as Diddy? Quite possibly. Diddy has been hit with serious charges: racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. And he's pleaded not guilty. He's staying behind bars until his federal trial in New York. But what about the employees and associates involved in this? The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams, who brought the indictment, hasn't ruled out more charges. Anything's possible, he said, noting the investigation is ongoing and active. And if you know anything about how this office works, you know more developments are likely coming. Several of Diddy's former employees have been talking to prosecutors, with at least one male worker expected to testify soon. Witnesses' stories are said to go even deeper than the indictment. Prosecutors have already spoken with over 50 victims and witnesses, and some accounts are even more damning.
To a report by CNN, jurors on Thursday were expected to hear from a witness who claimed he was allegedly in possession of videos that contained footage of celebs being potentially victimized by the Bad Boy Records founder. The witness, who reportedly hasn't filed any suits against Combs and is not claiming to be a victim of him, says he has information and evidence about sexual abuse and other misconduct by Combs, some of which allegedly involved celebrities. But according to the witness's attorney, Ariel Mitchell, who also represented two of Combs' accusers in their lawsuit against the mogul, she said her client was subpoenaed. According to another report, the witness told TMZ he was initially contacted by federal agents with the Department of Homeland Security. And he's previously done interviews claiming he's seen salacious videos of Diddy and his celebrity friends. Sources told the outlet the subpoena from federal prosecutors asked the witness to turn over all records, including thumb drives, hard drives, electronic storage devices, or devices containing videos and/or other files depicting Diddy. But that witness would drop another bombshell, as he claims he was given 11 flash drives containing at least 8 sex tapes involving 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women. Courtney Burgess told News Nation's Banfield on Thursday among the 8 celebrities who were Combs' alleged victims, about 2 to 3 appeared to be minors. Burgess told Ashley Banfield in an interview with his attorney Ariel Mitchell, every single celebrity appeared to be under the influence in the tapes and were seemingly victims, not perpetrators. Burgess told Ashley Banfield he was working in Atlanta when his former associate Kim Porter, the ex-girlfriend and mother of 4 of Diddy's children, shared the flash drives with him.
But at this point, Diddy knows he's in trouble, and he's trying to fight back hard. Because now, one of his accusers can no longer stay anonymous, and the government is pushing back on claims of leaked information. They're also arguing that the rapper isn't entitled to more details about the case, at least not yet.
First, they're asking the court to deny Combs' request for the court to hold an evidentiary hearing regarding alleged leaks made by the government. Now, we've discussed this before, but Combs' team has asserted that Homeland Security agents, the ones that raided his properties back in March, that they were the ones who leaked that infamous 2016 videotape of him purportedly beating Cassandra Ventura, his ex-girlfriend, in a hotel hallway. Remember, this was published by CNN. The government says, wait, there is no leak of any grand jury material here, which would be illegal under the law. All of this, really what the defense is doing, Judge, all of this is just an effort to suppress what would be a key piece of evidence in Combs' trial. Because after all, if the government really did improperly leak this video, it could arguably be prevented from coming into trial. The government says, quote, but as the defendant is fully aware, the video was not in the government's possession at the time of CNN's publication, and the government has never at any point obtained the video through grand jury process. They also say the defendant baselessly accuses DHS agents who have no authority to issue grand jury process of secretly obtaining the intercontinental video unbeknownst to the prosecutors conducting the investigation and then leaking it to CNN. No evidentiary hearing is necessary to reject these assertions as incredible. Prosecutors also say the government ultimately obtained the intercontinental video at the same time as the general public on May 17, 2024, when CNN publicly released the footage.
The government also counters Diddy's claim that the Department of Homeland Security agents obtained the video and leaked it, saying this theory strains credulity. They point out that other people, possibly from Diddy's own team, could have had access to the footage. The next issue relates to alleged media leaks.
So the government is like, this was never grand jury material. They even told Combs' lawyers in an email that they didn't have the video before CNN published it. In fact, in an email from prosecutor Emily Johnson to Sean Combs' defense team, which is attached to this filing, it says, to be clear, to our understanding, DHS did not have possession of the videotape prior to CNN's publication of it. The prosecutors also write that it strains credulity to suggest that law enforcement agents independently obtain the intercontinental video with a grand jury subpoena they have no authority to issue. The defendant refuses to acknowledge that multiple individuals other than government agents, including some of his own employees, may have had access to the intercontinental video. So that's something we've always wondered. I mean, how did CNN get it? Who leaked it to them? Where did it come from?
In addition to this, Diddy's team requested a bill of particulars, which would force the government to provide more specific details about the charges. Prosecutors are pushing back on this, saying that they've already provided enough information, including a 14-page indictment, and more will be disclosed at the proper time. They argue that Diddy is using this request to restrict the government's evidence at trial and help him defend against civil lawsuits. But all these maneuvers just may end up futile for Diddy, Because this bombshell witness is about to blow everything open if reports are true.
As a federal grand jury continues to hear new evidence in the case against Sean Combs, Burgess says he's no longer in possession of the tapes, but his attorney said the alleged tapes tell the story of what Diddy has done over the past 30 years. This isn't the first time we've heard about the alleged celebrity freak-off tapes. Mitchell previously said she was contacted about the sale of one of the tapes, but didn't reveal who was in the video, only saying it was someone high-profiled who could be seen in the tape, but the tape was leaking around Hollywood.
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
That alleged A-lister reportedly was horrified the footage was being shopped around. An insider told the New York Post the alleged video brought up really disturbing and bad memories for the unnamed celeb.
Yep, that tape could be coming to light now. So really, all this mountain of information that is coming out, both to the press and law enforcement, is interesting. It's almost like people are jumping on Diddy because that's the direction the narrative is taking. That'll do it for this video, folks. Do you think the Carters are behind Diddy's takedown? Let us know in the comments below.